Welcome to this week's edition of the Africa Today News New York News Roundup, and here are the top headlines for the week. CBN orders banks to charge Nigerians for cybersecurity. Nigerian Senate endorses death penalty for drug traffickers. Propaganda cannot attract FDI, Atiku mocks Tinubu. A federal government says no plan for foreign military base in Nigeria. Ghana Supreme Court set to hear challenge to anti-LGBTQ plus bill. I will be very proud to go to jail, Trump declares. Madrid reached UCL final after incredible Bayern comeback. Now the news in detail. The deposit money banks in the country during the week announced a 0.5% charge cybersecurity levy on transactions. A circular released by the Apex Bank, the Central Bank of Nigeria, revealed that the implementation of the levy will commence in 2 weeks. The circular, which has now gone viral, was directed to all commercial, merchant, non-interest, and payment service banks, amongst others. The Nigerian Senate during the week approved the death sentence as a penalty for drug traffickers in the country after it passed the 2024 NDLEA Act Amendment Bill through the third reading. The proposal was adopted during the reading when the Senate dissolved into a committee of the whole for a class-by-class consideration of a report of the chairman of the Committees on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters, and Drugs and Narcotics National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA Act Amendment Bill 2024. Former Vice President of Nigeria Atiku Abubakar during the week called on President Bola Tinubu to focus on attracting real investors to the country, stressing that propaganda cannot attract foreign direct investment. Atiku, in a statement by his media aide Paul Ibe, stated that the alleged membership of President Tinubu's son on the board of companies owned by Gilbert Chaguri constitutes a conflict of interest. The federal government during the week clarified that there were no discussions with foreign countries regarding the establishment of foreign military bases in Nigeria. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, gave this clarification on Monday and urged the public to disregard any false alarm. Let's go for a short break, and when we come back, the news continues. The Supreme Court of Ghana during the week began hearing a challenge to the anti-LGBTQ plus bill passed by Parliament in February. Richard Delasky, a journalist and attorney, requested that the contentious bill be challenged, and the court granted his motion. The measure stipulates that LGBT plus supporters would serve 5 to 10 years in prison, and individuals who identify as gay would serve 3 years. Now on world news, former President of the United States, Donald Trump, during the week declared that he would be very proud to go to jail for the U.S. Constitution. This was as he took a calculated dig at those involved in the prosecution of his hush money case. Judge Juan Merchan earlier found Trump violated a gag order for a 10th time and ordered him to pay $1,000 for attacking jurors in his hush money criminal trial, just days after the judge ruled on an earlier set of gag order violations. Finally, in sports, Real Madrid during the week pulled off a miraculous comeback against Bayern Munich, securing a spot in the UEFA Champions League final with a dramatic 2-1 victory at the Santiago Bernabeu. Despite Bayern scoring first in the second half, 2 late goals in the 88th and 90th minutes stunned the visitors and propelled Madrid to an astonishing win. Spanish champions Real Madrid will now face another German side, Borussia Dortmund, in the Wembley final on June 1st after they stunned Paris Saint-Germain. And that's it on this week's News Roundup. Join us again next weekend for all of our important news updates. I am Favor Aham.